Good morning, Infinity players. I know it's been a long time since I've done anything, but now we have a tournament report, actually, for this event, a Toss a Coin to Your Merc, that I hosted in Santa Cruz, California. It's obviously going to be Soldiers of Fortune, hence the Merc, right? And we're also doing Tactical Window to sort of rein in the yon-yons, if you will. Here's the format for the event. You'll note we're doing 300 points, Window, Fortune, like I said, and the missions. These missions are purposely chosen to be kind of the more weirder missions. The idea is mercs live weird lives, right? So we got Biotechvore, Hunting Party, and Prison Break. Prison Break is a wonderful mission designed by Rob Cantrell. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Rob. Which I will go over when I get to that one. In this video, we're just going to do the first mission, Biotechvore, but we'll do all three, and we'll get to that one, which is great. So, first mission, Biotechvore. I assume most of you know it. If you don't, you're welcome to pause, take a look, and read over it. Important things are you score for having your guys alive, you score for accomplishing more classifieds, and killing more army points. And there are 3 classifieds. So you're really incentivized to have various specialists and medium and heavy and all that kind of stuff in this. And of course, there's the Biotechvore. 16 inches of death on both sides of the board that hit you at the end of your turn, with an 8-inch deployment zone. It's rough. As a strictly vanilla player, it's really rough. I have to choose to go second in this mission, or I just lose, because the opponent will limit me to 1 command token, at which point I will not be able to get everyone out of the Biotechvore, and they all die. Of course, some will live. It's a BTS damage 14 hit, and I can, yeah, but whatever. Okay, so now, as I'm running this event, I'm not playing in it, and the first game I'm reporting on is going to be JSA versus Hassassins. I think it's Hassassins, actually. We'll see that list in a moment. First, the JSA list. You can see he's taking a limited insertion list, which means his opponent can't dock him orders, which is good for Biotechvore. He'll, of course, have a 5-man Link and a Harris, also very good for Biotechvore. And JSA is very good in close combat. And as you're all jamming into the middle of the board, that's, again, good for Biotechvore. So I think this is a great list. If you look over it, you'll see the Ninja is the only thing that is a little questionable because of the hidden deployment and confused deployment rules. It's not that bad, because even if you fail your roll, you still stay in hidden deployment, so you're not on the board to die to the Biotechvore. Otherwise the list is strong. You got your link of guys, you got your Jimbo, you got your other link, so you're really efficient in all your moving of orders. These are the classifieds that the JSA player got. Rescue, Predator, Mapping. Mapping seems difficult in this. You got to get to the enemy's deployment zone, which is 8 inches on the board and 8 inches inside the Biotechvore. So very unlikely anyone's going to do mapping in Biotechvore. I think he just didn't quite realize that when he took it, and you can always secure the HVT for it. All right. Moving on to the Hassassins player. Another interesting list, right? We have impetuous guys, we've got infiltrators, there's an impersonator in here somewhere. There's a team of Mu'yid and a team of Ghulam. The Ghulam, you'll note we've got the, where's the most notable one I was going to tell you here. We've got a Lieutenant HMG Ghulam, who's part of that link with Layla and a missile launcher and a sniper. Most people can't get a Lieutenant HMG on a line trooper, so this is a pretty interesting profile. Most people won't realize that's your lieutenant, and if you're running them fairly defensive, you don't have a lot of chance of getting the HMG killed, because he's kind of going to hide until he needs to pop out, probably late game, and do something. Of course, you can have a Farzan chain of command, too. There is not in this game. I missed the bottom of the army list here, sorry. But one is a mine layer, and the other one is, I can't remember the other one. I think the other one's a forward observer, but neither one is chain of command. Okay, give you a moment to look at that list if you want to. Of course, you can pause if you need to, and we'll move on to the next. Again, we have mapping, not realized by either player, right? HVT, espionage, telemetry, solid ones. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back actually to the mission for one moment. I think there's intel in this mission. Yeah, there is right here. Anything that's got that symbol will give it an extra point. Oh, no. We'll cancel the other symbol. Okay. There it is. So I think you can see the classifieds and see if that's relevant. I don't think it was. Oh, there's one of them. And not the other. Oh, no mapping. Whatever. Okay. This is the board. This will be the side that Hassassins eventually sets up on. I'll show you the whole board view from there, and there's a little bit more on the side. Yeah, you can see the side. Not really. You will see it though. Okay, here's the board from the other side. You can see those walls there and that ziggurat-looking thing there. The JSA player is getting ready. This is his 8-inch deployment zone that he's drawn out there. So we have an objective room in Mission 3, so some of the tables have it on there. And the objective room is infinitely tall in all games, even if it's not actually an objective room. The players agreed that they would spend short skills to open the doors. Things like that I usually leave up to the players. They can either decide to do it as Star Trek doors, just walk through them, or short skills, or however they want to do it. And they agreed short skills. Nothing terribly else interesting to note about the terrain. Okay, so this is actual deployment. We've got one of the Tonkos, which is the missile launcher. We've got the link over here. This is Neko. I think this is the Combi Rifle Forward Observer, another Tonko there. I think there's nothing else in that picture. This is the far right for JSA. So there's the link again. The reserve will be Yojimbo, and we'll go right about here, but it's not there yet. There's the Harris on the other side with the Daiokai and 2 Tomorrow, I believe it is. Yeah. Okay. Moving over to the Hassassins deployment, we've got the link of Muibs over here. This, I believe, is the sensor bot. This is a flash pulse bot. I guess I didn't take a picture of it, but the GSA player successfully infiltrated the Ninja up by the objective room on his left-hand side. And the Hassassins player failed both Farzan infiltration rolls and the impersonator roll. So you'll eventually see where that is. Here's the link team. Here's one of the Farzans who maintains his camouflage due to the biotech rule. And you got the Mutt. Here's the link team. We got a missile launcher. We got a sniper, Layla. Not sure who that is. And this is the Gulam HMG, who is the LT down here. Most of these models will be prone, except for these two here who are on ARO duty. They'll get prone markers before we start. Another Mutt right next to those guys, and that finishes off the deployment, except for the guys who, the reserve and the infiltrators and such. Here's Yojimbo, who's the reserve. And the reserve for Hassassins was the impersonator, who was, I believe, Al-Jabel. He looked at it a lot, thought about a lot of different things. I thought a neat spot would be to go right here. That way, when you get the impetuous move, he can shotgun and splash, and then you'll have to deal with him over there. He thought about that too, but eventually put him in the building over here and failed the roll. So, didn't really matter. There's the impersonator. Again, goes back to the other side of the board, but maintains the state due to the Biotechvore. This is a really crucial placement, as you'll see in the first turn. But this impersonator here, you'll see what happens to that, but remember that that's really important when we get there. Okay, impetuous. Yojimbo runs out. I think he throws some smoke. Nothing really happens there. There's a bigger picture of it. Yojimbo there. The link team's going to start moving out. Oh, I remember what it was. The missile launcher from here can see down that angle. So Yojimbo shoots smoke over like this, blocking this spot, and is successful. This allows the Tanko missile launcher, part of the 5-man link, to move this way. And the whole link is basically going to go on a little adventure over here, right, to get up to this door. So there's the smoke, fired from where Yojimbo started. Here's the guys moving out, a couple orders of moving, move, 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 move. They get up there, move, move. They kind of get in a little jumble up here. They get to how they want to be, all lined up on the wall. Veteran infantry players will immediately recognize what this line is, right? It's bait for a shotgun, of course. They get up there, and then this Tonko is going to peek around over here. I think that's the next order. Let's get to that. Oh, Yojimbo moved up a little bit. I think he got flash pulsed, made his BTS save, and fell back. I think that's what happened there. All right, over here. There's that Tonko peeking around the corner we talked about, right? He has line of fire here, directly across to this sniper. Right here. Okay, yeah, so there are two snipers in the link. Sniper missing a head, regular sniper, and missile launcher. Remember the impersonator? The impersonator's right there. So the Tonko's going to fire a missile. We can all see what's going to happen here, and the Hassassins player knows it too. The template for the missile does something like this. Right? Relevant parts of that, it doesn't hit the impersonator, so he can use the template mode. That's where I was saying this is really crucial. Had the impersonator been here, this missile could not have landed, which hits Layla, and much more importantly, hits the HMG lieutenant. So, I believe that the sniper fires and the others dodge, dropping out of the link, which is all, of course, the right decisions. And it works out for the Tanko. The sniper dies, Layla dies, and the Lieutenant HMG merely goes unconscious, which is interesting because now you don't have to tell your opponent your lieutenant is dead, and your opponent, again, doesn't know that HMGs are lieutenants often, so he doesn't know you're going to lost a lieutenant yet. But still, Hassassins player is going to start the first turn of Biotechvore and lost a lieutenant. He is just about ready to concede there. He doesn't, of course, because it's a tournament and we're all playing for fun as well, but he's pretty much sure the game is over. Yeah, there's the effect of that order, right? Unconscious lieutenant, other two models are gone. Then the Daiokai and his Harris start moving up. They realize the missile launcher can see here, and they don't want to do that. So they decide to go back, and they go run all the way back over here. Remember, this is Biotechvore. They have to get outside of 16, and they're running all the way around. So there's a lot of orders expended in doing that. They run around over to here. I think we have smoke down here now. I think that's what that is again. You put more smoke out. But yeah, yeah. And then the link runs up, the link of Harris. They pop out over there. And then we keep moving up. The Daiokai is going to keep coming up here on the corner to right there. And moving up, moving up. Move me out of the way. Yeah, the Daiokai moves up there. He pops out of the smoke. He's trying to shoot at something. I don't remember what. I don't know if I got a picture of it. I think he's probably shooting at this mutt over here. He does not kill the mutt. He just takes... Oh, it's the sniper he's battling with. I'm sorry. The missile launcher who's up here. And the sniper who's over there, I think it is. Anyway, he battles with them a little bit. Doesn't work out. He takes a wound or two. And then just basically ends his turn there because he's out of orders. Yojimbo moves around a little more, pushing up his crazy koala to there. And that's pretty much it. End of the turn, you can see these markers here. These are done by the Biotechvore, which comes to about like right there. Those two models were just barely inside it, but they were inside it, so they each take a wound. So now we're over to Hassassins turn 1, where we've got two members left in the link, the missile launcher and the sniper, and they're in lost a lieutenant. So he's putting out a bunch of irregular orders. That's kind of what you're seeing there. Irregular, irregular, irregular. Yeah. And the first thing he does is the missile launcher moves over here, starts putting some shots down here, hits this Tanko and kills someone behind him over there, but the Tanko survives. One of the snipers pops up, the one who's conscious over here, and finishes off the Daiokai, I believe. Yeah, but there's the missile going down. It's hitting this guy, and this guy. He fires, he drops out of the link to dodge. He didn't declare an arrow because this guy was firing. He wanted to be in the link, I believe that's what it was. So the guy back here is the one that dies. I believe that was all. Yeah, you can see. Oh, there's the missile launcher who dies. My mismemory, and this guy takes a wound. Okay, well, there we are after the missile. You can see there was some cleanup of guys. And the sniper's activating. This is when the sniper kills the Daiokai, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, puts some more wounds on it, eventually drops it. Then he starts converting orders from irregular to regular using command tokens to move up this fire team. It's 3 guys, they're moving up. They have to move. They have to move at least 3 times to get out of the Biotechvore. So they're moving up over here. The grenade launcher one kind of peeks over and is getting a line out like that onto Yojimbo, which is kind of a neat grenade because it's going to hit all these guys around him there. He takes like 1 shot at that, and I think everybody dodges successfully. I don't think they put a wound on anybody yet. Yeah, and they move up, and they kind of end their position like that. We've got the DP medic, the guy with the grenade launcher, and the Asawira, who's part of that. This camo token moves up and is eventually part of a coordinated order with another command token to move out of the Biotechvore. There's the sniper, who's the Farzan. Farzan moves up to here. He got discovered, I think, by this. And I don't remember how the Daiokai dies now, but it's shot down by one of them. And that's Al-Jabal, I'm sorry. That's the impersonator. No, the impersonator's up there. That is the Farzan. I was right. Okay. Alright, he moves down to there. Some bots move up. The mutt moves up. It eventually just moves again to trigger the crazy koala, figuring that he's going to die on the Biotechvore either way. He may as well trigger it and maybe live. So he runs out and is in fact killed. Yeah, there's that happening. Hello. Okay. Algebel ends up right there. All the bots move up to get out of the Biotechvore. Remember, they 6-6, so they can get out of it with their regular order. That's pretty close to where the turn ended. There's the Farzan, who's moved all the way up to this box here and is indeed out of the Biotechvore. Eventually, the Impersonator moves up to there. I don't think he gets discovered, but he does get hit by the Biotechvore and makes his save. So he will be revealed right there. There he is. Revealed, fails his guts, moves up a little bit, is there. Still in the Biotechvore. One of the neat tricks you can do is you can use your HVT, which I'm pretty sure is what he did here, to mark the Biotechvore. Right? You put your HVT right on the line, however it is, so that you know when you're out or not. It's a great way to pre-measure during the legal part of pre-measuring of this game. Yeah. All right, there's some guys up here who are dying to the Biotechvore. Their unconscious corpse are. I think the lieutenant lives. Not that it's really relevant anymore. All right, let me go over to the JSA turn 2. He's lost a couple of orders, and Yojimbo's in a weird position because if he moves with his impetuous, he'll run over here. And that grenade launcher, who's in a link, will fire at him and put 2 grenades over all these guys, and they can't do anything about it. So he cancels the impetuous order there and does not do that, which seems like the right move. Yeah, this Domaro, who was part of the link with the Daiyokai, comes running up around the corner over here. She eventually gets to this corner where she starts doing some firefighting down here, which I think what we're going to see. There was a move there. There's a move up again there. The Impersonator decides to dodge because he's got chain rifle and pistol and good close combat, and nothing really happens there. He just fires a chain rifle and there's a successful dodge. Doesn't matter. Over here, they're kind of deciding what to do about this mess, and I think that he reforms the link, right? Incorporating this guy who was part of the Daiyokai's link. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. And then he activates the link leader with this guy who is the forward observer combi rifle and moves over here. At which point, there's a couple shots over here. There's the light shotgun from the sensor bot at him, which is flashing onto Yojimbo like that. I think the grenade launcher one also there. And he fires back with the combi rifle, and he survives, but the shotgun goes down and kills Yojimbo. And that's the only real result of that firefight. Maybe he put a drone unconscious. I don't think so. And then everyone else moves around the corner over here, where he's able to reform the link using this guy here. So, oh yeah, and Neko is at the moment Kazvacking this model over here. Because if you remember, one of his classifieds was rescue. So he's Kazvacking that guy, so the link is only 4 instead of 5. I forgot about that unconscious part. All right, so yeah, here they are moving up along that. There's a little more firefighting over there. That's where Yojimbo gets killed. The shotgun from here. Yeah, you can see the robot goes unconscious in that fight too, but it still landed the shotgun spread that took out Yojimbo. Okay, over here, they're back to the Hakkaslam turn 2 now. Now there is a lieutenant, right? So they are moving up. The Asawira moves up over here. There's some firing here, which I believe removed that tomorrow, or maybe just forced him back because I think there he is. He fell back there when he took a hit. But they're in a Harris, so they're moving up nicely. Over here, yeah, they're just moving around. It's kind of a decision point here about what to do with this Asawira. He's a really good gunfighter, and what I thought he was going to do was kind of go like this and be over here to get shots on those guys like that. There's a couple samurai you can't see behind that wall. Instead, what he does is move over here where he gets a shot to the Damru who's hiding behind that wall. This is a fine choice because there's nothing really else to deal with that. It's not really effective. There's some good dodging and armor saves there. And the Asawira eventually breaks the Harris and uses his lieutenant order to try again, ending up like right here posted on this wall and out of the Biotechvore, fortunately, for the Asawira. He's BTS 9. He doesn't really care, actually. But it does that, does some shooting, doesn't do much there. And there's the Domaro who's shooting at, who eventually, I don't even think bothers to fail guts, just kind of stays there and does a dodge. Yeah. Okay, so the Farzan is going to be active now, and it moves, remember it was here, so it's moving around the corner here, and it comes up like this, where we have a nice shotgun onto the line down like that. Both players are pretty starved for orders here, so I think he does it twice, and doesn't really kill anybody. Maybe he puts a wound down or two, but the important part is he doesn't kill anybody. And he ends up just being right there. And that is probably pretty close to the end of turn 2 for Hassassins. Yeah, it is. You can see here this Damaru did fail guts back eventually. Not being activated at all, Aljabel ends up in the Biotechvore again, but he makes his BTS save again and falls back forward to be right here. So now he is out of the Biotechvore. I think this is actually his Biotech save we recorded there. The ninja is going to appear here. This is the beginning of JSA turn 3, and takes a tactical bow shot over there. And yeah, predictably the tactical bow misses. Aljabel dodges. I don't remember if he was successful or not, but it didn't do anything. So we get the link reformed, or maybe still formed, I don't really recall. And this Damaru is now going to run up and close combat all over Aljabel. Yep, he runs up. He might have stopped just short on the first order. And then Aljabel dodges and he fires his chain rifle, which takes out this black bot over here who's flash pulsing. There's a shot from the Hassassins, who is no longer linked. It's only one shot, but it makes an armor save on the Damaru or whatnot. Damaru's fine. So then the next order goes into close combat. Okay, there we go. The Aljabel dodged over there. That, of course, does not save him from the next round of close combat when the Damaru moves in. Remember that one of the classifieds for the JSA player is Predator. So he moves in, makes contact there, and obviously Berserks and just kills that guy. I believe he takes back Viral Martial Arts 4 and is also killed by a whole bunch of viral saves and a shot from the Hassassins. Same thing, good picture. Yeah, we got an unconscious there, and the Aljabel is, of course, exploded by the shock berserking close combat weapon. Okay. These guys are moving around a little bit. You see the ninja kind of hiding over there. What he's trying to do now is get the prone lieutenant dragging the unconscious guy farther onto the table in order to get the bonus point from rescue, where you have to rescue a guy by taking him forward into enemy territory for an extra point. They start crawling forward there. Remember, this game has a pretty good measure of the center line because this is an objective room setup, so the center of the objective room is going to be the center of the board. Okay. So, still JSA. The Link moves up over here. There's a little bit of shooting that goes on. Nothing particularly happens there. And then this Damaru berserks in on this Farzan here. Farzan fires back the shotgun, but it does not save him, right? Because it was berserk shock again, and he is removed. So that's two kills for the JSA player in close combat, scoring Predator. Yeah, and this is kind of where the turn ends up. Unconscious, two guys there, and over there. And that's the end of the JSA player's game, right? Because that's turn 3. He's kind of stuck in the middle. And we move over to... here he's just trying to figure out the placement of where he wants those two guys doing the rescue thing. Trying to get fully forward, trying to be as hidden as possible. And that's where they end up. Okay. So Hassassins moves up, taking a bunch of shots, eventually puts this guy unconscious, runs out of orders right there. You can see the HVT behind me. The HVT right here for JSA, so trying to be secured. He's out by like 1/2 of an inch, like that's 8 or something like that. Similarly, you can see the HVT over here. Let's probably back better. Well, it's right down here. The HVT is right down there for Hassassins. And Neko is trying to secure. He is also about 1/2 inch out. So neither one of them is getting that. And that's pretty much where the game ended. So we have a 5-4 victory for JSA with 80 surviving points versus 94 surviving points. Super close. Could have gone either way. If the Hawk player had just killed like 6 more points, he wouldn't have scored the 2 for surviving 75 or more. If he'd gotten within range of that HVT, we would have tied it. Of course, if he'd gotten within range, it would have bumped him up by 1 more. If the Hawk player had gotten any of his classifieds, it would have made it a tie. Right? So super close game, despite the fact that we had a loss of lieutenant turn 1 for Hassassins. All right, that's all we got for this one. There are 2 more missions for this tournament that eventually I will get to. Second one being Hunting Party, which is obviously exciting, and then Prison Break, which is my favorite mission at the moment, probably because it's new, and a good mission, of course. But all right, thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought.